thanks for tuning in to another episode of Trigger Time. Brought out the good camera for today's episode. I want to talk about hunting rifles. I got a request for this video. On the video I did here about a week and a half ago talking about defensive handgun rounds, somebody said, hey, can you do a video just like this, but talking about hunting rifles? And I said, sure, that'd make a good episode of Trigger Time. So that's what we're doing today. I do apologize, I don't remember your name. I looked for your comment to try and give you a shout out. I don't remember, so hopefully this video finds you well, and hopefully it works for you. So jumping right in, first off, take this with a grain of salt because this is coming from my personal experience. You know, I hunt deer, hog, you know, down here in Texas, and so I'm going to base you know, my choices off of that kind of thing. But I think that pretty much covers the gambit as far as I think what I'm going to show you, what I'm going to talk about is going to work for most people, especially here in North America. You know, but you need to know what you're hunting, where you're hunting, what the laws are, where you're hunting, and you know what your personal preference is. So those are four things you really need to pay attention to here. Jumping right into platforms, the two big ones are going to be lever action, bolt action. They both have their merits. I kind of prefer lever action. They're a little bit shorter carbine length rifles, a little bit lighter weight, have a couple more rounds of ammo usually. Now, depending on what the laws are where you live, the capacity may not be an issue. You may be restricted to 3 rounds or whatever, so that kind of takes that comparison out from between these two. Bolt action rifles, in my opinion, have one really big advantage, that being the choices in caliber. With lever actions, you really only have a handful of calibers that can be used in the lever action, and out of that handful, there's really only a couple that are good for like deer and hog. So it really kind of sucks your options out. Whereas, you know, bolt action, you got 223, 243, 270, 30-06, 308, and a host of other calibers, you know, mixed in there in between all those across the spectrum. So a lot of choices, a lot of options. It allows you to kind of tune, you know, your hunting experience based on, you know, where you're hunting, what you're hunting, the range, the accuracy, the ballistics that you're looking for, that kind of thing. You've got more options with this. So to me, that's the biggest advantage of these. Now, talking about platforms, there is one other platform I don't want to leave out, and that is the shotgun. There's a reason they call it buckshot, okay? Yes, you're going to lose out on range. I mean, I would say safely for the average hunter, you know, 60, 70 yards for a deer or a hog, and that may even be pushing it, quite honestly. I know people who can shoot farther than that. I would probably stick to within 50 yards with one of these on a deer or a hog with some good buckshot or slug, but it is still a capable firearm for hunting, and so don't discount it, all right? Now, talking about calibers, when it comes to hunting rifles, I like to stick to the 30s. I love 270, it's a great round, but it's kind of expensive, so I prefer to stick to, you know, your 30-30 right here, 30-06 here, or 308. They tend to be really good rounds that will do what you need them to do. Okay, you're going to get good range out of them, you're going to get good power, you're going to get good accuracy, so I like to stick to the 30s. So again, 30-30, 30-06, 308, those are the 3 calibers I most recommend. They're easy to find, they're affordable, yada yada yada. They're just, in general, they're good rounds. Now, when it comes to range and accuracy, that's something you have to take into consideration between these two. Because of the limited calibers here that you can go with, pretty much you're going to be sticking with 30-30 for the most part. And really, 30-30 is about a 150-yard gun on average. Okay, that's safely. You can shoot farther than that, but I would say if you're going to shoot out further than 150 yards, go with a bolt action in something like a 30-06 or a 308 or a 270 or whatever it is that works best for you. So kind of to sum up here, between the calibers and the platforms and that kind of thing, if somebody came to me and said, look, just in general, what do you feel is the best recommendation for a good hunting rifle? I'm going to say a bolt action 30-06, okay? In general, it's my favorite caliber, 30-06. I love 30-30, love this lever action, but my favorite caliber is 30-06. It's an extremely capable round. If you know, just like with 308, if you the user, if you the shooter are well trained enough and you've got a good enough rifle, 30-06 will easily reach out to 1,000 yards. So 30-06 bolt action, I think in general, is the best overall platform. You know, stick to your name brands, your Remingtons, your Savages, your Mossbergs, your Ruger, Howa, Winchester, and all those rifles, all those manufacturers, they all make rifles anywhere from, you know, $3,000 rifles all the way down to something like this Savage, you know, this base model without this stock on it, 260 bucks, okay, and it's a damn fine rifle. So you can get them. They are very affordable, very budget friendly, or if you're just a new shooter and you don't want to spend a lot on your first hunting rifle, there's a lot of good inexpensive budget options out there that will easily work for you in that bolt action 30-06 platform. So ultimately that's my recommendation. Go with something like that and you'll be good to go. So other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you guys on the next Trigger Time.